Hi everyone. Uh, it's so beautiful. I'm walking around. I'm between Chilham and Way, something like this. I don't know how to call it in English. It's WYE, something like this. Anyway, I'm already walking for like 2 hours or so, and I just reached something. I realized something really important about my life. So I was like laughing, I was crying, I was shouting, I was like, I'm passing through the forest and I can do whatever I want here because it's the forest, nobody can hear me. But I'm so amazed because it took me 5 years, and it took me a trip to Chilham to see the big picture of my life. Can you all imagine? How can a trip into the forest can reach you? I don't know, like in a moment. I was thinking about my life, and I was thinking about how peaceful is here and how amazing I do feel about like being in such a good place. It's such a nice place, and I was like, actually it's no room like being next to the forest and seeing all these nice views. You don't actually have room for depression, for anxiety, for overthinking, for anything negatively. You have so much beauty around you. You fill your soul with so much love and so much fulfillment that you literally don't have place for depression into your heart. And thinking about all this, I don't know how. I was like thinking even actually about future, like I want to go to transform a bus into a house and just go like this on the road, like just going wild anywhere, doesn't matter where, in the wildness, into the forest, into the, like all these beautiful places. I just have to get rid of the city. I don't like city. I hate city life. And thinking about all this, I was thinking about actually Hillsong, and I was listening to Hillsong songs and all these songs like American songs and like different singers, different churches, but in the same way as Hillsong is. And it just, in a fractured, how you call it, in a second, it just came into my mind a really big picture of my life, over my life. I was actually feeling that I'm already in the future, I'm already traveling, and I've seen the big picture like all this time, like I was imagining my past, but my past which is now my present. And it just flipped me, and I was like, actually Hillsong, it's something so big, and I had to pass through all my past, all these 5 years, to realize why I reached to Hillsong, and why I reached to London. Because I was always blaming everything around me, and I was so angry on myself on coming to London, because everything went from worst to worst from the time I reached here. And I was like, I don't have even at least a reason why I should stay anymore in London. Nobody gives me a reason. If I found someone and gives me a reason why to stay, I would stay. But until someone doesn't actually do it, I don't even plan in staying in London. Nah, it's too stressful for me. And actually from the from the first week I reached to London, exactly in that moment, only 1 week it took me to be depressed, to walk on the streets, in the middle of the streets, bleeding because I was in period, and I was working for, I don't know, 1 hour, maybe 2 hours. Yeah, it was more than 2 hours because I was going from one place to another place, walking in the middle of the street, plus coming back. And it was around 4 o'clock in the morning. That was my first day in London. No, sorry, my first week in London. Can you even imagine? Can you even imagine what I passed through? And it's 5 years from that time. It's almost 5 years now in June. And I was like thinking like, okay, if it's like, okay, so let me explain it. When I was in Romania, we had the set mind that the churches that are like Hillsong Church, they are going on a wrong way. They were singing like rock music and all this with lots of instruments, and us we actually had like a big set mind about these cultures and about this generation, and we were like, no, it's no good, yet they are going on the wrong direction, and I haven't accepted them. I was the first one not to accept churches as Hillsong. And I was thinking, like, it's not the first time when I think about this, but it's so crazy because I had to pass through 2 years. I had to go through one marriage, and I had to go through one divorce, and to reach to accept Hillsong. I had to reach into such a big mud, to be so dirty, to feel myself so low down, just to feel the grace and to accept the grace, to accept them as, like, in the end, for them to accept me. And it's just great. It's great. Okay, I have some people here. I'm just gonna look even on the map where I'm going, and I'm coming back. Okay, so I'm back. Where did I remain? So yeah, I had to pass through 2 years of hell here in London, only to be able to accept Hillsong, to accept it as my home, to accept it as my community, and to accept the grace of God. I had to go so low down for God to pick me up and to carry me in such a big and top place. And it actually was exactly the moment when I didn't care about anything else anymore. I was feeling so down. I was feeling so dirty. I was feeling so like non-important. I reached to Paris exactly after my husband left me, and so what kept me to come back to London? It was actually my university. Exactly when I was in Paris, in France, I was giving the IELTS exam, and I was like, it was the last thing which I supposed to do for going into university, to being accepted, to university. And I actually didn't have any hope because I failed the English exam. But I was like, I'm coming back to London to pick up my stuff and trying to plan something different for my life, to see where I'm going. And exactly in the week after I reached back from Paris, I got a call from my university, and they said to send them the IELTS result. And I didn't send anything to them over the phone. I just sent them through the email the results. And in a week's time, I got the result that I was accepted to the university. So now everything what was happening in my life from 2017, from August until now, until this moment, it kept me in London just because of my university. I couldn't leave it. Once I was already inside the university, I couldn't leave it. I couldn't go back. I couldn't leave this country. And exactly after I had problems with the Romanian church and they kicked me out from the church, and exactly in the moment when I was kicked out, a guy who was not even Christian asked me if I want to go to Hillsong. He never went to Hillsong, but because we are from Romania, from same city. He is from the city, I'm from the next village, from next to the city. But it's from the same area. He knew that I'm going to a Baptist church. And he was like, I know that you are Baptist, and I'm just going on and off to the church. I don't have the courage to go by myself. If you are coming with me, I'm going as well. If not, not. So it's like, okay, anyway, I don't have where to go because the Romanian church was kicking me out. And that was the first moment I reached to Hillsong. And that was the best thing in my life that ever happened to me. And I was thinking multiple times that I had to get through all this to reach to that point and to reach to this point. But I never looked like such a big picture. Like today, I've seen the picture which I never seen it before. And it's just amazing. It's just, I'm just grateful now for everything that I passed through and everything that I had to go through, literally every single thing. Like many times, like lots of people were saying, every single thing that you are passing through is not accidental. Hey, good song. So it's like, yeah, it's very nice, very friendly. It's yeah, it's such great, it's such a pleasure. It's now thinking like it doesn't matter that I got married, it doesn't matter that I'm a divorced woman at 23 years old. It doesn't matter anything. It matters that I had to reach to Hillsong to find God. I had to reach to Hillsong to find grace. I had to reach to Hillsong to find out what mercy means, to find out what kindness means, to literally find myself. And it's gonna take me from now on, like I'm really waiting now to finish my university. And if I don't find a reason why to stay in this country, in UK, not in London, in UK, if I don't find a reason, only one I need to find a reason until 1 year. I still have 1 year, maybe let's say maximum 2 years. If I don't find any reason, I'm going. I have already the plan to go. Like, I'm finishing my university in 1 year and I'm thinking to do the double-decker bus and to transform it into a house and to go on the road everywhere in the world. But if I don't have enough money, plus I don't have everything what it needs me to kick off all this project until I'm finishing my university, I can give it a chance for maximum 1 more year. But if nothing is happening into this maximum 2 years here, and I don't have any reason why to stay here in this country, I'm just gonna prefer to get my backpack and go anywhere. To go even by walk. I've seen lots of Americans doing, I've seen lots of strangers doing, and actually when I was little, when I'm in my childhood, I never understood why people, they are just getting the bags, the rucksacks in their backs and they're just going off the road. And now I understand. Now I understand. It's so stressful. It's so much noise. It's so much rejection. It's so much coldness in the city. Nobody says hi to each other. People has to put their heads down, not to look into each other's eyes. Because if you look into a guy's eyes as a girl, me as a girl, it's gonna take like I'm into him. Even though like I don't have anything, I'm just smiling, I'm looking at him. Okay, I can say, okay, he's cute, maybe he's not cute, I don't care. But they are gonna take it in that direction. I was passing through Chilham, and I just got out from the station, and multiple people, men and women, olders and youngers, was looking at me, saying hi, even from the cars, showing me the hand like hi. Like, they are so friendly, and I need a life like this friendly. I need people around me that are so friendly. I don't need people that are so cold that they're just going to work, going back home, eating, shitting, and sleeping, and then in the morning again to work. That's not life. I hate that life. I literally hate that life. I never wanted to be into this life, like this, so cold. That's why I'm always smiling. Everyone is like, oh, your smile is so nice. Yes, that's why I'm smiling, because I need a life like everyone to smile around. And I was taught that the way as you want, like what you want someone to give you, you better give first to them. Like if I want others to smile to me, I need myself to smile first to them. So only then, I hope I'm going in the right direction. I hope I'm going. I don't know, I'm just walking. And I don't think I'm walking in the right direction. Yeah, actually I'm walking in the right direction, it's fine. Now I remember. So yeah, it's so amazing. It's so like crazy. I already talk about lots of stuff, and I know that I'm talking a lot. But yeah, and I'm still surprised that I had to come to Chilham, and I had to think about whatever I was thinking, like on these roads, on this walk, to take this walk. And I had to pass through 2 damn years, to get myself into the biggest mud, to get myself so much dirty, to hate myself so much, just to understand so much, and just to accept so much, and to feel that I'm accepted after all the things that it happened into my life. And it's just crazy. It's just, I don't know, it's just unimaginable, because you would never think, like, God had to take me through London to learn all these things, to learn and to see this big picture. Like, I was always thinking that only God sees the big picture, and not to worry about anything. Everything that I'm going through, it's for a purpose, for a bigger purpose, for a bigger picture. Everyone was telling me about this. Every single person that I met was telling me about this. But I was never, like, even when you're doing something, you don't learn until the moment you are passing through that situation, through that hardship. So this was with me. I never understood, I never comprehended that big picture until this moment, when I actually seen it. When it actually clicked into my mind and I've seen the big picture of my life. I couldn't even imagine it. I knew it, but still I didn't took it in practice. I didn't took it literally. Every single time I had to get myself up and to remind myself that everything is for a better thing, but I had to convince myself that's true, because I was literally feeling that I was lying to myself. And now when I'm seeing like whatever I'm seeing, and it's just amazing. It's just everything is changing. Every single thing is changing. Every single hardship, every single hardship that I had through my life, it doesn't matter. Well, it matters because it brings me here. And I've said it so many times. I am now the person who I am now just because of what I passed through. But still, I had to lie to myself, and I had to make myself believe all these things, like I'm a better person now, I'm strong, I'm very strong now, I'm a strong girl just because of my past. But I didn't feel it. Even though I was calling myself stronger and beautiful and amazing and every single thing, like positive things, I've done it just because motivational stuff from the internet was telling me that this is how you gain gain trust into yourself and gain power and gain, I don't know, everything is changing. You just change your perspective of seeing things. And I was literally dragging myself out of negativity and trying to make myself positive, but still it was hard for myself. For me, it was hard for me to believe myself, to believe that I'm beautiful, to believe that I'm strong. Like many times I said, even though I'm strong, I'm so weak. Even though I'm so like I reach to be so high, I'm so dirty. And I felt myself so dirty so many times and so sinful, and like I felt myself so down. But I reach in this moment to believe that I don't have to cry for every single low thing that I pass through. I have to cry with happiness that I'm right now in the moment where I am now. And it's just amazing. It's just great. I don't know. I just found myself into the grace of God right now. And I feel myself so happy. I feel so peaceful with myself. Yeah, I was saying so many times that I'm traveling actually to find myself, to find my inner, to find my peace, to find the love into the simplest things, to the small things, even through the air. Even if nobody is around me, I still feel more peaceful than if I'm surrounded by people, if I'm surrounded by a crowd. Like a song is saying, nobody said that you're not gonna feel lonely into the crowd. Like everyone expects if you're around people you're not gonna feel lonely. But sometimes that's the loneliest thing you ever experienced. Being into the crowd. Being with the people that you're not supposed to be. Being with the people that drags you out to the happiness, and it just doesn't let you to be happy. That's the loneliest thing from your life. And you have to reach the point when you just take everything. You take your broken heart, you take your pieces and keep it all together and say, this is me. This is actually me. I had to go through all this breaking heart because my heart was so stoned. My heart was like a stone, and I had to break it to reach to the fulfillment. I had myself to break into a million pieces to reach to the moment, to this moment when I say, I'm filled with gold. I'm filled with the presence of God into me. into every single crack that is into my life, I feel the presence of God. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that surprising and excited? It's just crazy. Yeah, I'm sorry for talking so much. I know that I talk a lot. I'm gonna just go now, because anyway I have to look over the maps to see where I'm going, if I'm going on the right direction. And thank you for listening to me. Thank you for listening to my talking. Well, actually it's more for me that I'm doing all these videos. It's for myself. It's for like having a reminder over the years that what actually passed through my mind all these times. And I don't want to forget what I was, and to remind myself when I'm gonna reach someone like bigger, to remind myself, look where I was, and look when was the moment when I discovered the big picture, the big me, and the biggest fulfillment. I'm sorry, my English is sometimes going crazy. Thank you very much for your listening, if you was listening so far until the end. And again, I'm sorry for talking too much. Bye. See you. Have a nice day.